I don't have an appropriate intro. I feel like this is appropriate intro enough. Oh, there's it raining blood. I just realized there's got the statue, or is there blood on the statue? The rain's washing it off.
No, it's definitely red.
Because the rain on the screen isn't red.
Well, but it's pouring off. Well, maybe
so
I see.
The statue's been... I don't know what this is, but first of all,
That's
this takes me back.
A delightful nostalgic touch.
I'm like, that takes me immediately back to the olden days. This game is like brand new. And I think I might do a bit of a switcheroo because this is currently still free, and if we make this the one that comes out on Wednesday, it'll actually still be free.
Huh.
So we might do this one first, which means the game that we just did that was awful, you won't have to endure till next week. And in fact, we may... That gives us the opportunity to perhaps do something else in the intervening time.
I think you gotta use it.
I don't want to use it. It was terrible. But this looks fun.
Now you've mentioned it, so... People are going to be like, the long-lost game that we ever saw!
Yeah, once we get to 1,000 subs. By that I mean never. So, Doom and Castlevania.
You said that initially.
Ooh.
It is such an apt description!
This looks so... Ooh, Batherin. That's a weird name.
This has got kind of Lovecraftian vibes
a little bit. They said, whoa, who is you?
Be gone.
Is that who we get to play as? We're dope. This game's I'm already in a better mood.
Indeed. Now go away.
Dude. Your children. Dude, this looks awesome. It billed itself as having the best metal soundtrack ever.
Sigh. He's actually like just exasperated with this.
Quit your graspy hand, ghosts. Whoop. Molestation, ghost molestation. Bad touch, bad touch. Ah! Why, spirit? What? You okay? You alright over there? Oh, the spirit is the sword, the spirit that gives me life. I'm a corpse being animated by a sword spirit.
It's a necromancer.
Whoa! Creepy hand garden. Ooh.
Hand garden.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh, that's some... Oh, there's no... This is old school. There's no mouse. It's literally cursor and buttons. Wow! Hadouken! This is dope! Hadouken! Okay, so Q and W. This is my... Oh, dude, this is dope!
I feel like we gotta create a name
for him. Crap. Well, his name's Batherin, clearly. It's already got his...
he was calling the spirit that, wasn't he?
No, the spirit was calling us that, I thought. Oh. So, this is dope. I've been using up too much of my magic, though. Oh, I got some crouch. This animation's kind of cool. It's got a nice sort of... It's very flowy. Oh, I jumped. Alrighty. This is fun.
So you had made that description.
I'm already enjoying
Castlevania.
This. Whoa!
This is
awesome.
That's a very apt description.
Vile armies of Lord Vrol. The fallen southlands of Chath. This sounds very Lovecraftian.
That's what I mean.
Wash with blood. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting the metal vibe.
Well. Okay, I mean, I can see how. Whoa.
We just need to describe this game as the most metal, old school game ever.
Yeah, I'm already feeling something. I know you not. Why am I getting? This is if Alex Louise Armstrong got old and jaded. I know you not, abomination, but we will battle. What? Oh no! Come on! I wanted to battle. Press W attack, R to dodge backwards. Woo! So I say, hiya! And then I go, hee! You cannot get me! Hadouken! Whoa! You get too close. Okay, my sword's not quite as long as I think. Don't read into that. Whoa!
1 in 5.
Oh, okay. Way! Passing a beacon restores your vitality and mana to their fullest. It's puzzly, it's platformy. This is dope!
This is a really cool game.
I'm glad I found this.
I'm pumped about this.
This is free.
You know what it reminds me of?
For the next day.
It has a bit of like... it's like a dark version of...
Oh, okay.
It's got a similar graphic approach, except that it's a darker kind of.
But they're going
as that one game that we played with the horse.
It does have that Kingdom New Lands.
Yeah, Kingdom New Lands. It's like a darker version of.
Kingdom New Lands. I'm loving it. Okay, so the controls are kind of weird. There's no mouse at all, and it's just the cursor keys to do this.
See, that makes me right at home.
But it's got some QWERTY things that are kind of weird. So this is my Hadouken. That's my attack. Whoa! Dude!
What was that?
E is block and R is retreat. But the problem is I'm not used to all the controls being in a line.
So see, that's totally familiar to me
because I am not actually of this era of gaming, really.
Wow, are you ragging on my age?
No, I mean these games came out when I was like a literal child. I mean, I say these games. This isn't one of those games. This came out very recently, but ooh.
It's
very Castlevania-y, but I've never played any actual Castlevanias. I can't do that. No. We never owned a NES.
I have Castlevania.
No, you don't, because you don't own a NES.
I have it on the Pi.
Well, then you've never shown it to me.
Well, we gotta play it.
Okay, so these controls are going to take a bit of getting used to, because W is the one I need the most. E, I don't know that I like the block option, because it seems unreliable.
What is the weird? Is that like a shield of some kind when he does?
I imagine it's probably like a turbo strike. Whoa, metal. Q to fire. Yeah, I know. I've already figured them out, dude.
You're astral projecting at them.
Yeah! My dragon spirit. Hadouken! Oh, I can charge my mana. Yeah! Oh, they're all dead.
This is so Armstrong. Whoa! That was dope!
This is
so cool!
This is the coolest game ever. Kill the crow! Oh.
This is probably the best game we've played in a long while for free.
Was I actually slain? Passing it. Oh, okay, so I was actually slain. So there's traps to perform a mighty leap. This is the only thing this game needs is oh, okay, so if I hold block and then I do this, then I Hadouken and I slash you up and I can block again and I say hiya. So I can block and I can't move, but I can alternate. This is super cool. This just needs the guy who voices Armstrong to do the narration. I want whatever this does.
Yeah, but that wouldn't really fit the era.
I suppose. I forgot. Okay, I don't
they're
like
definitely
when they
going with
an
'80s Castlevania vibe.
I don't think Castlevania was that old.
I feel like it was
'80s.
Oh no, you're right. Because NES. No. Because NES would have been the '80s.
The NES was early '80s, and that was things like Zelda and the earliest Mario's. But
I feel like
Castlevania was on the SNES. I don't think there was a Castlevania on the NES.
I feel like there
maybe the very first Castlevania was on the NES. Okay, so this is a trap, which means I probably have to jump over it. Okay. Ah, man. Okay. I'm still not quite. I need to get. Whoa, Caco Demon! I don't know how to deal with you. I don't have a. Okay. Woo! Ew! That's a gross noise you make. I don't like that noise. Hi-ya! This is dope. I'm feeling it. So far, the metal is passable.
Well, I mean, it can't be too distracting.
Yeah, but I'm hoping, Doom has some, major league hardcore. This is awfully mellow at the beginning. Now, maybe it's just because it's the front.
What's with the spores floating about in the background?
I don't know. It's diseased. It's a diseased landscape we have to cleanse of evil. I don't know. I feel like we are in a plot of a Dragon Force song.
That is kind of a good description.
Killing a foe with a critical strike pleases the great horned metal god. That's awesome.
This also is giving me
this thing is gross.
This is also giving me some Comic Zone vibes. If you've played Sega,
is that the game with the weird? Oh no, he got me.
Slain.
Is that why they called it that? Just so that screen could come up every time I die?
What?
Wow. The Caco Demon's alive. What? How did you? Okay, so I'm not very good at dodging stuff, and I doubt I can block. Okay, so these things generate out of this weird pit. Oh boy, this is. I feel like, because the advantage that games of this era would have had is that I would have been using a controller.
Well, I suppose.
Because I feel like because it's literally just the QWERTY keys that are all my attacks and blocks and things, and that's really kind of unusual to me.
I think
I'm getting out of here
because I
they
was
just
a
keep coming
PC
back
gamer originally. I think it wouldn't have thrown me off.
Okay, so a
that
perfectly
much.
timed block will cause your opponent to do something. Okay, the critical strike pleases the great horned metal god. That's the fact that they even call it that. So they're clearly very tongue in cheek. Okay, no, yeah, sorry. Oh, I swear this has never happened to me before. Alright, so it's not exactly an easy game, I'll grant you that much. Get back here.
Well, that's why I'm getting comics
Get over
on
here, Caco, Wacko.
Chicago, where?
I don't like... Get him. Aha. I'm gonna jump over this, because they just...
Yes! Don't jump in the pool, the Nile of blood.
the blood lava. This is dope. I'm already having a good time.
This is a very good game. It's got...
Alright. Okay, see, how does it work? How does it work? I want the great dragon energy. There you go. Okay, this guy's tough. He ain't dead yet. Ah! Okay, so he comes out of the ground. Okay, you have to time that right, so you can't just release it. It's not a matter of holding it until it looks like it's charged.
You have to hold it until it goes.
But you don't. You have to release it at the right time, too. I think the sword makes like a weird little shiny noise.
Just try to
watch.
Just try to hold it the whole time.
Ding, when it makes a little ding, that's when you have to release it. Because if you hold it longer than that, it doesn't happen either. So I gotta... Oh... Ouch, you hurt me. Ah, see? Oh, you're rude. I don't like you. You're crafty.
Love crafty, in fact.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I don't stun him completely when I hit him. He still has the option to move and attack. This is pretty cool.
So we recently got our Zune updated with all of the new metal stuff.
Have you been listening to it?
Well, no, I just was curious.
Is this your topic for today? Okay, so he's not.
I was just curious because the whole metal thing brought that to my attention. Is there any particular new people that you would recommend we
yes,
check out?
Pentakill, the band, the Riot metal band that I talked about in the last one.
Riot metal?
I never actually mentioned their name.
Saying this.
No, it was the one. They're the same as KDA. They're League of Legends, the metal band. But I don't remember actually referring to them. They're called Pentakill because that's another League of Legends reference. Now it's saying that if I block at the right time, it's supposed to like stun them or something.
I think you have to actually like time it where it's like you'll make contact right when you block.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but he goes away right when I'm trying. It does take a bit of time to. Okay, so when he raises up like that, he will. I'm in my mind thinking that if I hit him, it'll like stun him and he'll block back, but he doesn't. He can still hit me when I do that. I don't need to fight you. Well, I guess maybe I'll practice getting my hits right. So when they... like that, okay. Whoa! Merciless! Get over here. They keep coming. That is such a gross noise. It's like the worst kind of gross noise. Come on. Let me out of here. Okay, so blocking is a finicky game. Eddie... Okay, that was too long. That was too early. Oh, I forgot. It does. If you block repeatedly, it still hurts. So it's definitely... It ain't easy. Which, I mean, obviously, I imagine they're not trying to be easy, but...
I wonder whether it's a rogue. Or whether it's...
We'll see, actually. Alright, so I'm going to only try... It was too late. Only try it once. It didn't work. Forgot. Wow. That was my fault. I forgot about that. Ay. Have you listened to anything that I've put on the Zune yet?
I have.
I'm interested in your feedback.
To the some of the Riot stuff.
Have I spread the weebness to you?
No, I think it's a great.
Wrong button for me.
If you can,
Woo!
So I'm gonna make it a comparison that will definitely offend some nerds within their
there you go. Eat it, foul demon.
Fandom. But I think that it applies in the same way
I'm
that
getting greedy. I'm trying to hit this guy too much.
in the same way that Tolkien developed an entire language and
the
structure
lore base.
around
That's
this.
what. Yeah.
That's really what Riot has accomplished. I feel
So
like.
you've actually done. I've gotten you to look into Riot themselves.
Right,
Because
but I
that's the
just
greater
think-
success. The music
Right,
is only.
I totally
tangential.
agree. I think,
I'm
but I think
interested
that
in
the
them, and
idea. Anytime
that's why
you
I'm
can-
interested in whatever they're going to do next.
Anytime you can create an actual space that is carving out your niche in more than just one particular product, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
if it's just I'm providing this and you're the consumer, there you go. And if you're actually creating
I got him.
a world in the same way that Tolkien did, then it allows for
Might be
there
slightly
to be...
generous.
It is generous, but I'm just saying, and that's why I said it's going to definitely offend some...
It's going to offend more
Fandom.
Tolkien fans than
Well,
Riot
and I
fans.
would consider
Get me
myself
outta
one
here.
of the highest, so I'm not...
Really? That's a... You want to make that statement unqualified?
Sure.
Call yourself one of the highest Tolkien fans?
I believe
Oh,
so.
okay. Yee, I imagine there's people who are coming for that crown then.
Well, maybe so.
Oh, okay, we're going down. Is this like Castlevania where if I smack the candles I get hearts? That's very bad. Why does he have hair? I don't like... He's marching like he's gonna go see the manager. He's got an attitude. Come at me, bro. Ooh, he gave me juice. Okay, so these guys ain't...
Don't touch it.
Whoa! He's got ghosty magic head friends. Ah! Okay, that's... only I'm supposed to be able to use magic. I forgot I had magic.
It's almost... They're almost using a little bit of like the Pirates of the Caribbean approach when it comes to the skeletons, where they're almost still fleshy.
Well,
slightly.
maybe. Yeah. Is this water gonna hurt? Okay, I thought maybe it would. What? Well, music's changed. This is a little Sonata Arctica for me, but, I mean, it's okay. Okay, so I am gonna have to do my projectiles carry... Oh, not those ones. Ah! Will my projectiles actually continue to hit? Because I don't exactly want to stand in front of him.
We'll stand behind him then.
Well, I don't think I can. I think he's too tall. Yeah. Woo! Okay, so I'm just gonna have to... I don't like the look of whatever's coming up. Woo! Okay.
I'm
give me this,
definitely
give me this. Woo!
I'm definitely
Crouchy,
getting some
crouchy.
good metal vibes now.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Sonata Arctica?
I don't think that's a bad group.
It's not my favorite because they're a little...
Yeah, but you don't...
They're very symphonic, and I'm not a big symphonic
But see,
metal.
Sabaton's my favorite. So.
Sabaton's not very symphonic. It's not in the slightest. Sonata Arctica's like 12 guys.
Sure.
That's what I mean by symphonic. It's like they're enormous, and they've got like 3 guitar players, and probably a dedicated string section. And I'm like, that's just a little too much for me. I forgot about... This is hard. Okay. You should be able to... These noises... I mean, they did describe themselves as also being ultra gory on purpose, which I imagine the noises are part of that. They're trying to gross us out as well as... I jumped right into that. Almost did it again. Okay. Whew, I ain't doing too well on health. I forgot I even had a health bar. This is...
So
air turns foul as skeleton execution. This is... Okay. This is literally a copy of Castlevania, because there were skeletons in that, and then there were like the bloody skeletons that... Whoa! Ew! He shambles in a frighteningly realistic way. Hi-ya! Foul beast! This is very metal. And I don't just mean the actual music, I mean, aw. I mean, like, this is metal in the adjective sense of metal.
In the purest sense of metal.
I feel like I'm not even metal enough for this. I need my Doc Martens and my black trench coat. We might as well talk about metal. So you like Sonata Arctica then?
I enjoy...
Oh, I can deflect them!
I think... Oh, that's interesting.
Eat your own ghost face! I like how you don't have a backup strategy. He's like, no one else has been able to do that before.
Can you do that with
What?
with these ones too?
I probably can. Okay, I'm sort of feeling this.
I don't see the reason
the thing
I like
with Sonata Arctica is I find that it does this and then it never does anything. Like it feels like all it does is build. That's my issue with things like that. It feels like it's got a lot of the grand symphonic stuff, but it never feels like it lands.
Your argument would be it's dynamic variance that is your biggest problem with symphonic stuff?
My preference in metal is the chuggiest chug stuff.
Right, which I know.
I'm very much into the heavy, syncopated sort of offbeats and... Like, I don't like the thrashy, just, 16ths on the floor kind of thing.
Right.
I don't think these things fire will hurt it very much. Or if it does, I don't think it hurts it enough, because it's not seeming to do that much damage to it. Oh, well, I mean, it's hurting it, but I imagine a sword up his face might do more. Okay, so those things aren't actually that hard to kill. Give me the Sword of Destiny. Woo! Get back here. I am faster than you ever so slightly. Okay, this is feeling a little bit silly now. Oh! Okay, I can actually charge my Hadouken while running. That's good to know. Like, the thing that the typical Sonata Arctica song that I think of is actually what it was they did... Now I can't remember the name of the actual original classical music piece. Oh, there's a lot of you. Okay, there's a lot of you. Yeah. It's the one, the Transylvania one. Like the super famous organ piece. The
Right.
Whatever that is. They did their own version of that, and it goes on for like 8 minutes. And I'm like, it's cool, but it just never feels like it ends. And that, I feel like a lot of their stuff is kind of like that.
It doesn't feel like it changes. That is what
That's maybe the better. It doesn't feel like it has much rhythm change. It's just like, yeah, it's the same the whole way through.
It's flat. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's an unfair criticism. I just think that I like that particular style because chugginess is a little less my vibe.
Nah, I want to feel... Well, the Doom music is ultra chug.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe you wouldn't like... I've actually listened to the Doom music. I've actually listened to not the original Doom music.
No. I'm saying
the most recent Doom music, which was incredibly metal and great.
Or mostly unknown game that I think also has great metal vibes and chuggy kind of music is Kid Chameleon. That's also...
I somehow knew you were going to bring this up, and I will firmly disagree because the music in that was not metal at all.
It totally is.
It was maybe rock and rolly, but it was not metal. I'm just loving their trundle, the way they... There's something comedic about it. I forgot about you. Yeah, back up into the water. Scream at the wall. Oh, crap. This is actually a bigger problem. I don't like you when you know what? Breath.
No, you know what? I'm going to go back to my previous statement about Comic Zone because I realized that's the scene that I'm thinking of. There's a spot in the Sega game Comic Zone in which he enters this arena where he's fighting a ton of other people, and it's very chuggy. It's like...
But was it 8-bit? Because I don't know that metal works on 8-bit.
Yeah,
when I say Doom music, I'm talking about the recent stuff, which is actually like... genuine metal. Like this could just be a metal band. Yeah. Okay, I don't like the... Come on, get back here, Medusa. Okay, I swiped. I mean, the organ presence in this is pretty cool.
Did you swipe right?
Air turns foul as the executioner awakes. Okay, you produce more blood than... Oh, I'm slapping the bloody... That's why there's making giblets.
Giblets.
You cannot breathe my... Get out of here. Get away. Like, just the way he shuffles is ungainly and kind of unsettling, which I know they were going for, but... I keep expecting things to not be able to hit me when I'm hitting them. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Because I guess that's not an old school game thing.
What?
That things wouldn't hit you when you hit them. That's a much more modern idea. Wait, hang on. Magic bolts and fireballs can be blocked. Oh, okay. But they can also be deflected, which is far cooler. Oh, that was good. Okay. So did that hurt me though? It seemed like that still kind of hurt. Why do I... Okay, so I can't touch him either. If I even touch him, he hurts me. Okay, get back here! I did better with you the first time, dude. Why am I hurting you? Oh, that was a different death animation. So blocks don't actually totally block the damage. They just reduce it. Okay.
Huh.
I'm not very good at this. I'm a little bit... I mean, it's... Again, I say I've never played the Castlevanias. They were never my era, really.
We have to play the pod.
I would like to play... Well, I'd...
Castlevania, because it's HDMI. We could easily record that.
I suppose that's true. I need to remember all the magic I have at my disposal. I keep getting stuck with...
Because I think I still have...
Oh, that was a great follow-up. I need to use that a lot.
On there, too.
You do, and you've shown it to me, and I've never found it that engaging.
Why?
Because it's not... That's just weird to me.
The idea of getting sucked into a game, or into a comic that you wrote, and...
I mean, that's
having to work your way out.
Oh, ouch.
To be fair, I grew up with Sega, so I have an affinity for that.
Household.
I know, but I mean, I have an affinity for that probably that most people don't, just because Sega, I feel like, had a bit of a... They weren't very good in their era by comparison.
Well, Nintendo outshined them.
Right.
But
I think that they still have a cult following.
Well, how many of them are Sonic fans?
No. I actually didn't like Sonic that much.
I don't think I've ever played any of the originals either, but I know that Sonic... Name something else Sega did that wasn't Sonic.
Comic Zone.
Okay, that was majorly popular.
I would say that's probably...
Did they do Mega Man, or was that a Nintendo thing? I think that was a Sega thing. I don't think... But I'm not even sure about that.
They also did a fighting game. It wasn't Tekken, but it was something similar.
It certainly wasn't Street Fighter, was it?
No, actually, it may have been.
Was Street Fighter Sega? The trouble I have is that I mostly think of Sega as the consoles, not as the games.
Well, but that's actually counterintuitive, because actually what they did is they stopped making consoles and they switched to saying, okay, we're just going to be the game manufacturers then. Because Sega's still around for that.
Not in their...
No, in their prime, they actually had
prime,
their own...
They
had their own consoles and everything. They were trying to compete with Nintendo until Nintendo just basically overrode them to the point that they were gone. Because there was the Genesis, or the Dreamcast. Which one came first? Genesis,
I
the Dreamcast?
don't know the origin. I know there's Dreamcast, Genesis, Master System. I think Master System was the oldest.
Was the I want to say that was the last one.
I think Master System was the NES contemporary.
Really?
I'm not certain about that.
Then it would have been the Dreamcast.
Because the thing that I know is...
The Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast was the one where the games actually said the little Sega thing, the little chime they had. I think the Master System was before they did that.
Okay, gotcha.
And I think the Genesis and the
Genesis and
Dreamcast both did that.
Both did that.
Which is why I think that...
Because I had a Genesis. Okay,
good for you. He was turning the other way. This ain't easy. I do feel like I would benefit from having a controller. But maybe I'm just saying that because maybe I'm trying to save face. Because I admit I'm getting a little bit stomped here, but... Eat my magic! Oh. Ooh, there you go. I forget about you. Oh, really? Okay, I took you apart that time. It's my fault. Jump into things.
Yeah, you're also not being patient.
Well, that's... perhaps, yeah. Oh! Okay, so you can jump on those things and kill them, but they'll still hurt you. Alright, the angel revives me. So that doesn't have a limit. That just goes through everybody on screen. Because it actually hits the end. Ah, he got me. I don't have to crouch when I'm in here, I guess. I don't like you and your weird poop noises. Okay. So this is the skeleton lad.
The skeleton lad.
Hoya! I don't know why I'm doing that when I have a dedicated back crawl button. Okay. Man, you are tough. Oh, I'm out of juice. And almost out of health. Oh, he blocks me too. You can't do that. Does this not take magic? Oh, that doesn't take magic. But I still have to be close enough to him to make it hurt him. This is... I mean, games in this era also didn't make it easy on you. Anyways, metal. More metal talk. Let's just talk about metal. I've been not listening to as much metal because I've been in my weird pop phase. It's not actually a pop phase.
You've added a ton of Halsey, which is interesting to me.
I already liked Halsey. It was just that we only had the one album. I already knew of all the other songs. I just never added them. Haven't we talked after that? We talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
Because do you have a problem with the Halsey I've added?
No.
Get back.
I've just never.
If you're gonna try to, you're gonna. Halsey's better than Billie Eilish. I'm just gonna say it.
Is it?
Okay, that changes the game.
What?
I didn't realize. I thought you had to charge this, but you can literally just tap it even while in the air. Okay, well you have to have the juice, but that makes it easier to hit some of these flying guys because I thought I actually had to. Oh, there you go. Here's my magic. So like when they're up, like I can do that rather than having to hit them directly. I can just make sure I'm on the right level. I am going to stand by this argument. Halsey is superior to Billie Eilish.
I would say she was the trailblazer, but I wouldn't say significantly that she was better.
She is, though.
She's not.
Demonstrably.
No.
I don't think Billie Eilish... She has a weird style of singing.
How so?
She seems to really amp the vocal fry up to the max in a way that I find sometimes grating.
Huh.
Like, that's why the songs that I've liked of hers have been the really quiet, soft ones where she actually sort of sings in a head voice. Because it seems like anytime she's not singing in head voice, she does this weird kind of vocal fry thing that kind of bothers me. Halsey's just, I think, better at everything about it, though, personally. Like, I think she's a better singer. I think she's a better writer. I think...
She's certainly a better writer, I would argue, but...
Can I bypass you? Probably I could jump over you, but I still think I'll have to fight you. Come on, pal. Credit to the animation team. They did a great job with really... Oh! He stopped! Oh! He wouldn't let me jump over him. He knew what I was thinking. He was being clever. You're gonna actually engage with this argument, or are you gonna tell me I'm wrong?
No, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Make a claim.
I'm just saying, I
mean, music is of course subjective, but what is it about? You have to. You have to prefer Halsey because you agree.
I prefer Billie Eilish's tone quality, and I think she's a little more.
But you're weirdly picky about vocal fry and nasality and all these things.
I agree, within women specifically, yes.
That's interesting clarification.
No, I'm saying
within women. I'm
saying when I'm listening to female artists, I am far more picky than when I'm listening to male artists, which sounds terrible. But it's the same reason I don't enjoy Norah Jones as much, but I like Colby Calais.
I don't know. I know who Colby Calais is vaguely. I don't know who Norah Jones is.
Norah Jones is a famous jazz singer.
But like, Halsey doesn't have any of that nasalness.
I'm not saying she's nasal. I actually enjoy Billie Eilish in that she does the kind of old school vintage radio vibes quite a bit, which I think is... I've always enjoyed that particular type of sound. Like the ink...
But that's just an effect that you add. That's not...
Sure, but it's a stylization. I mean, it's...
So really what we're learning is that I'm a 20-something woman and you're a 17-year-old girl.
What?
Bill,
What's that have to do with anything?
I feel like the demographics that like Halsey are generally of my age.
That's because Halsey was around at your age.
No, and Halsey is roughly my age.
Well, that's to my point.
I think maybe it's just like the nature of the stuff she writes is like, okay, this doesn't feel like angsty teen nonsense. This actually feels like actual life. I feel like a lot of Billie Eilish feels like angsty teen.
That much that argument I will.
So now we know that you're an angsty teen.
No, that much I will grant you.
I'm trying to use my wrong Hadouken.
I think that it's more the sound. I like the vibe that she has.
She doesn't feel like she ever sings, like actually with her full chest voice.
I don't care about that though.
Why? Because that's what that's kind of what singing is.
No.
If it's all just this kind of whispery mumble, I don't love that. So why do you? You're not actually...
I just happen to like that vibe. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Reason.
Well, I mean, I enjoy the kind of more what is it called? I think that because I grew up on jazz, I think
But she's
there's a bit of she's got that husk that I feel like Halsey's missing. Halsey
it feels affected. It doesn't feel natural. Like,
do you think so?
Because she doesn't have a deep voice.
She
has a vocal fry type. She has a Kardashian voice.
No, not at all.
Yes.
No. I will
seem to
vehemently disagree in that regard. I don't think that it's you're calling a vocal fry. I just feel like
that's what it is.
No, it's like that husky kind of I've got a low voice and therefore.
No, but she doesn't sound like she has a naturally low voice. She sounds like she's doing this effect to her voice.
Maybe, but she's doing that organically. It's not.
Well, yes, you can do it organically. Well, I don't mean affected. I mean affected as in the sense that it is a put on.
Well, in the same way, people that sing metal put on a particular voice.
I'm not a huge fan of metal. I don't prefer the screamy type of metal that much because I find it gets annoying. Like, using it in a specific moment as emphasis, sure, but if it's all the song, I actually don't like that because it just gets monotonous. Because I find you can't sing while screaming. It all has to be the same note. So there's no melody in the music. And I prefer melody in the music. I think you're just an angsty teen, and we've uncovered something.
Wow.
I'm an existential 20-year-old woman, and you're a angsty child.
No, I genuinely think that the biggest part for me is, again, the vocal tonality is very much. It doesn't.
Oh, I thought I could crouch enough. That surprises me because of how finicky you are with stuff.
Well, that's, again, I think that the notion for me of female vocalists, like I've never been a huge fan of female vocalists that are Broadway vocalists when they're females, because I think that their voice actually comes off as kind of don't go getting too close. You're just cutting up the
Well, because if the problem is the moment I'm in front of him, he attacks immediately. I probably need to get good at this block thing because that might be the only way I get a hit in on him.
Hacking up some pustules.
Yeah. I still feel like you're meandering around the issue without actually providing me a definite, like, concrete, this is why.
I've said it's tonality 100%.
Well, but that surprises me because you don't like nasal voice, and I feel like vocal fry...
nasal.
It's not, but it's a similar sort of grating effect it has, on me at least.
I disagree, though. I just don't...
I feel like she sings like a Californian accent. What? She sings like she's got a Valley Girl accent.
What are you on about?
Okay, do you know what vocal fry is? And maybe this is the crux of our issue.
I'm not understanding Valley Girl.
Valley Girl is very much the vocal fry where it feels like no one's actually speaking with their full voice. It feels like everyone's kind of talking like this. Yes, it's that very much thing, and it sounds like that's how she sings.
I wouldn't call that Valley Girl. Valley Girl's
now we're quibbling about what you call the accent. Most people call that the Valley Girl accent.
I don't know.
My point is that's how she sings, and I don't like it when people talk like that, so I don't like it when people sing like that.
Well, there you go.
So the songs that I like of hers are the more falsetto-y types because it's the only time she doesn't do that.
Happier Than Ever you don't like.
Have I listened to it?
That song.
I don't know if I've even heard it.
Well,
the songs that I like.
There's your problem.
The songs that I like of hers. Ignorance. No, the songs that I like.
The songs that I like of hers are
the ones that are on the Zune.
Yes. The rest of them I haven't heard.
No,
therefore I'm speaking out of ignorance.
No, the rest of them that are popular I don't like.
How do you?
I don't like Bad Guy or Bury a Friend or any of these songs.
Bury a Friend I like.
I don't.
Bad Guy I don't like. But Bury a Friend I think is cool.
I mean, I'll grant I haven't listened to a lot of her stuff because I haven't liked the stuff I've listened to. So I suppose if you forced me to listen to all of the stuff she's done, I'd probably be able to find more than two.
No, but I'm just...
But, we have now almost 2 full albums of Halsey's because I like all of those albums.
I'm not saying she's bad. I think you're hearing that somehow Halsey's not good.
Well, the fact that you're suggesting she's better, and I don't view Billie Eilish very highly, so that sounds like Halsey's bad in your opinion.
No, I just think that people give Halsey a lot of credit and basically...
get back here.
They call the specific genre that Billie Eilish and Halsey, to a lesser degree, have... are kind of in. They call it
just
sad
pop.
girl pop.
But see, only Billie Eilish feels like she fits that because, again, angsty teen.
And people have said that she has...
That's also a dumb name.
Was like the queen of that or whatever. And then somebody made a post the other day that was like, yeah, Halsey would disagree.
No, I would disagree with them because I think that's doing Halsey a disservice.
Well,
Here's the thing. The joke that I heard that I still feel is true is someone once made the comment that Billie Eilish makes the kind of music that makes preteen girls think they could commit murder when they're really too nervous to ask for extra ketchup at the counter.
Yeah, I am.
It's very much just like, no one understands me and I'm secretly just insane. And it's like, except you're actually just a 12-year-old who has social anxiety. Now,
You're cutting the pustules again.
Well, because the problem is the moment I get close to him, he does that. So, unless I try my block, there you go. Whoa! That actually worked pretty well. Alright, I'm getting better. A portal has opened. Does that mean... Oh, is this the end of the level? Oh, is he like the mini-boss? Or... Okay, so he was like the mini-boss of that. Okay, so I don't feel as bad about losing. Ew! Why are there pustules?
Listen.
If you're talking about pustules, these are the real pustules. I don't know, there's just...
It's starting to get... It's starting to break down a little bit.
It's starting to, but it needs to get further, if you ask me. I mean, I know we're still in the early game. So
anyway,
but the thing is, you didn't even disagree with that sentiment. That it feels
not.
very much like angsty girl music.
I don't
feel like Halsey feels a little bit... I'll grant you, maybe Halsey is angsty life music, but it doesn't feel uniquely teenage girl. It's this is just about
you're
the
arguing,
angsty life
You're quibbling
stuff.
about motivations
you're talking
on music.
about vibe. If you're talking about the vibe, that's part of the vibe.
So let me clarify then. Vibe, when I say vibe, I mean tonality and sound.
That is not the only things that are involved.
Sure, I agree with you.
Something tells me if I hit one of these pustules, they're going to burst, but they don't seem to.
So I'm clarifying that for me, tonality-wise, I like Billie Eilish better in the sound. Now...
But is that all that matters to you in music?
Topically, obviously, I would argue that Halsey has probably a better actual music. But
that's a bizarre
But
claim.
I think that tonality...
This person's music's
Billie
better,
Eilish
but I don't
better.
like it as much.
Tonality-wise, Billie Eilish sings better. In the same way that I would say...
Oh, boy.
Okay. They're attacking in a... They're poop. They're slinging poop.
The thing that I'm not great with
three
these
poo
old
flingers
games,
now.
Oh, I forgot. Of course, I forgot I could deflect their missiles, their poo missiles as well. Boy, get back here. I want to deflect your poo back at you. Ha-ha! Now you get to taste your own poo.
I too can fling poo.
So
that became a little bit of a...
How do I...
That you probably need that key.
Okay, so... that's how this works. I think that's a bizarre distinction to draw, that one person is better, but you like the other. That's a weird
I like
admission.
the others lyrically, but lyrics to me can't be everything.
Well, they are.
Because
I like the music better, too.
No, and that's where I disagree. I just think that the actual tone quality I enjoy.
But that's not all that's in music is tone. Like, what about the actual instruments and things?
Well, but you've been focused on the whole vocal fry thing.
Well, because that does genuinely bother me, and you've been weirdly snobby about people that I've liked who have a slight bit of nasal twang if they're like country singers, and you're like, their voice annoys me. So the fact that you're drawing that distinction is what surprises me.
She's whispery. She's not
and I don't
vocal
like that.
fry.
It's not breathy whispers. It's the kinds of. There's a little bit of a vocal fry-ness where it's someone not speaking at a full voice, and I'm just like, could you actually speak up, please? So the songs I like are the songs that actually lean into that so much that it becomes the point of the song. Like they're very mellow.
And I don't disagree with, like, for instance, you said you didn't like Bury Your Friend, and that one's very whispery in that regard. She's certainly not singing full vocal at that point.
But does she ever?
Enjoy that sound.
Well, that's weird to me, because if you don't enjoy other sounds that I've known you not to enjoy, I find it very similar.
What?
Like, I find there to be
like what comparison are you making? Like, are you? Because I don't know that I have. There's a difference to me between nasal and whispery. Like if
yes,
you get to
but
the
they're
point
both
like,
they're both
like one
I
is
find
like
them both
honky.
grating. Well,
Yeah, but
sure.
one's like honky and the other one's like more
raspy.
Little honky.
But I don't like raspy in voices. Really, I mean, unless it's like a metal thing where it's done on purpose.
See, and I like rasp.
That's weird.
But there's a line because Norah Jones is too much rasp. So it's like, okay, there's definitely...
He was blocking every one of those. I was about to say, why is he not dead yet? Okay. I meant to do my... What are you doing? Ah! I don't know what that attack is. There you go. I pleased the metal horn god, whatever his name is. Whew. I don't know.
I did notice, however...
I feel like we're going to have to do an actual sound-by-sound comparison of like what exactly we mean, because I think our terminology isn't the same.
You added more Beatles, which has not been... I did not certainly add it.
Yeah, those are the ones you added long ago as part of our challenge of how you tried to make me add the Beatles.
Because they're in the actual Beatles album.
Yes, they have always... The albums have always... I put the album art on there, yes. I got the actual discography. They're the same songs.
Yeah, but you put it in the actual
alternative
and did or whatever it is.
They're not in the alternative. I put them with the rest of the old bands
or something like that. But
they're not new songs. I did not add more Beatles.
I feel like there were more than I added.
No, there were 7 that you added, and that was all that's on there. Yes. Unless you're talking, maybe did I add Penny Lane? I don't remember if I did, because that's the only Beatles song I've actually found to like.
Huh.
So if I added that one separately, then sure, I added that one myself, but...
What about Penny Lane was different to you than any of the other Beatles songs I chose?
I honestly don't know. I admit that's a weird case with me. Oh, I did it fast enough that time. Okay, so I can do that pretty quickly. Okay, maybe not quickly enough though. Okay, so it's definitely a time-based issue. Ah! He's gonna push me into the sea of blood. Die! Ah, come on. Ah. Okay. I don't like that he pauses so much because it makes me jittery when I'm trying to get the dodge right. Wait. Oh.
Well, I don't know that I've listened to much more of the... I did listen to a fair bit of the Riot stuff. I did listen to
the world's
movie and
the movie
musical stuff.
Oh yeah, that's new. I mean, not new, but it's new to you.
I didn't listen to a lot of the other stuff.
You haven't listened to much of the alternative stuff. That's the other thing I've been on. I've been on a sort of pop exploration of trying to find pop that I actually like, which is why Halsey's on there. And then I've been on a weird alternative, just like a whole bunch of really bizarre new stuff that I find kind of fun and fascinating.
Now, when you say alternative, is that primarily just like... Oh, no, I guess that's indie, huh? Like the whole guitar...
No, that's the indie. Alternative is basically super weird avant-garde stuff. That was awesome. I haven't even been paying attention. How long have we been talking? We've probably already gone over the hour already, because this is interesting. I don't know what the weird... Okay, so some of these things move faster than the others. That's one of those spawning things. So I want to get out of here. What is with the weird coral things? Come on. It's rude. Get back here. No! See, the problem with these guys is, can I deflect their poo from overhead?
Okay.
Because, like, when I feel like if I swipe it when it's above me, is it actually going to reflect back at them, or is it just going to... Okay, well, it would help if I actually got my timing right. That's the thing I seem to be struggling with the most right now. No! I was in the middle of a swing. Well...
This is a great game.
This is a fun game, and apparently we found the one musical variation between us that is irreconcilable.
Well, I certainly think it's a little odd that you're acting like Halsey and Billie Eilish are like miles apart. They are certainly both in the similar genre.
They're several hundred yards apart.
Not really. They're
same genre, but that's because pop is such a broad genre as to be effectively useless as a meaning.
Sure.
That's part of the reason I've been doing my little pop studies, because I found that basically the kind of pop I like is much more... There's a fun term. I like it.
Power pop?
No, they call it glitch hop, which is sort of like pop. It's like hip-hop with dubstep techno influence. Like a lot of... KDA you'd probably call glitch hop. Yeah. Some of Halsey, not all of it.
Halsey is a little like that.
Well, some of the songs are. Some of them are just very generic
Whereas
pop.
It is probably true that Billie Eilish is purely pop. Like, it's...
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you just don't like pop that much.
Well, I don't think I do, really. I mean, that's why I've found a bunch of stuff that I liked and then realized probably none of it counts as pop. Halsey has been basically the one fairly steady, like, okay, I actually like... I would describe myself as a fan in that, like, when a new album gets released, there's a decent chance I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
Although the most recent album wasn't really an album. Apparently, it was sort of like a weird...
Like an EP?
No, she made what effectively like an art house movie. Like, yeah, it's like it was an actual... It's like some kind of weird indie art movie. But so all the soundtrack is songs that she wrote, and I wasn't exactly fond of it because I just think it was too weird. Like... Maybe if you were watching it, it would have made more sense, but as just songs on their own, I was like, I'm kind of not sure I understand this. It was a bit weird. But, anyways. Yeah, I don't think I'm big into hop unless it's like the sort of this, kind of, I guess, I think glitch hop is an interesting, that's the kind of genre, the name that you know exactly what you're getting when you hear it. I was close. Come on, take a swipe. Oh, I thought I got him. I thought he was dead. You got
I don't know that I have any further clarification. I think.
Well, I feel like KDA. You said you've listened to the KDA stuff.
That I have.
Because it's like how a lot of it is not even real instruments. A lot of it is kind of weird ambient noises.
Right.
And there's something
I enjoy that. I mean,
I also like I've never heard it said this, but I feel like I want to coin the phrase electro scat. Because there's a lot of the dubsteppy stuff that I like it's like dubstep with lyrics, and then there's these weird kind of, they're basically like scat sections of like an old jazz song, but instead of it actually being a person like doing it, it's actually like they take samples of the vocals and then just sort of glitch them around.
Well, have you listened to songs that have like talk box kind of
No,
thing?
it's not the same as that though. I mean, it's literally like they've plugged voice samples into a keyboard and then are just kind of messing with it.
Sure.
So it doesn't sound like words. It sounds like a text-to-speech gone awry. but it's rhythmic and it fits the music, and I'm like, I don't know why that kind of interests me. So electro scat, I feel like it needs to be a word. So I think it's for the same reason that I think...
make a band and then say we're developing a genre.
I mean, that could actually be a pretty good name for a band. Electro scat? I mean...
I feel like Electro Light Parade went ahead of you and...
Well, you mean Electric Light Orchestra?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But that's not at the same... Those are different enough.
Oh, certainly they are, but I'm just saying...
Get out of here.
They paved the way for that.
Except that they're not at all electronic.
No, they're not.
You're not. They're. Hell, here's my music hot take. Electric Light Orchestra is what the Beatles wish they were.
You've said that before, and I actually don't. I'm inclined to agree. I think that the Beatles had...
Now, of course, you're going to argue that, well, the Beatles paved the way for Electric Light Orchestra.
Not even that. I think that the Beatles had great writing as far as their actual musicality.
Dreadful mixing.
Exactly. Dreadful mixing and not the best vocals. I'll be honest with you there. That for sure is the truth.
Well, quit your back
But I do think that their writing and their musicality was very good.
I don't know. Well, that wasn't as much of a hot take as I thought then, because you just immediately agreed.
Cool, because
apparently the hot take is that I think Billie Eilish is overrated. that was the hot take of this episode. I don't know. What's funny is I was the one who introduced you to Billie Eilish because I found the 2 songs that I liked, and then you apparently took them and ran with them, and now I've created a monster.
Wow.
I forgot I can do the. That was all of my magic.
I do need to add to the jazz playlist because there's a slew of other jazz songs.
You're the one. I mistimed it. That was my fault.
I feel like also though, do we need to create a separate space?
I'm gonna pause just to check where we're at. Okay.
I feel like we need to create a separate space.
Wait. I think I just made myself have an issue because Audacity didn't freeze while I did that, but OBS did. But I'm on the pause screen, so I guess it doesn't matter.
I feel like we need to create a Negro spiritual section too, though, because
unless you have enough to fill it immediately.
I do. That's the thing.
But how is that different than folk? Would they belong in the folk? Because there's already some in the folk.
Because Sam Cooke and
that goes in jazz or blues. We could or you could argue for a blues.
No,
playlist.
It's very much a Negro spiritual vibe. It's separate.
Okay.
It's different.
No, not okay, but. To me, Negro Spiritual is like a work song, which we already have on the folk playlist. So if you just mean a blues song...
No, it's not blues.
But like, are you talking like an Old Man River type thing?
Kind of.
Because that's bluesy, folksy. The folk playlist originated as...
Speaking of mainly as like... There's some like
folk
for instance,
the folk has brought into
the summertime song is a great example of a Negro spiritual. It's summertime and living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. It's like that's a Negro spiritual.
Guess what? Also fits that kind of vibe is so this guy doesn't seem to be hurt by my magic attacks. I wish I knew that before I was out of them. There you go. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to. But the problem is, I don't think I can get in close enough. I'm trying to like bait him and then attack him, but I don't think I'm fast enough. I don't think I can jump over him either. Because the song "Feeling Good" by Michael Bublé could fit into that category, and that doesn't. It could absolutely in terms of its.
That's very much big band jazz.
Yes, but it's got very much that. It's
not Negro spiritual at all.
Well, I don't necessarily agree, but I wouldn't agree the other one is by that same definition.
I'll have to show you. I feel like I have enough carved out that
it's but it's not just a matter of carved. They have to be noticeably different.
To me, they are because it's not just.
But is that just to you?
It's not just theme. It's actually the sound. The sound themselves doesn't really fit a blues vibe and not quite a jazz vibe. It's like right in between.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go in between. I'm not going to start creating playlists for things in between. Because once we start doing that, then I'll have to start adding, what's between rock and metal? I'm going to have to get what's between this and that. It's like that. Oh, mutually assured. That was gruesome, too. I turned into a slime.
Congratulations. It's a squid.
See, here's the thing that's fun about I like this game, but I'm still not sure, I don't know if I'll continue playing it after this. Because
it's a gimmicky thing.
I don't even think it's gimmicky. I mean, it's in the Castlevania style, but I just don't know that I'm I was trying to get him. What? Oh, I was trying to kill him. Well, he'll die now. Ooh. That was a very bizarre set of odd jumps. I don't know. I'm unconvinced.
I'll have to convince
yeah.
There's one called.
Because here's the thing, folk.
There's one called Road to Jerusalem. That's like.
Well, but you're thinking like Swing Low, Sweet Chariot type thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's already stuff like that in the folk playlist. You may not have noticed.
Well.
Because folk has gone from it used to be the specific English folk songs that it used to be all that
Irish.
Well, English, I mean, in the UK sense of the term.
Sure.
All because they were from all over the UK, but they used to be specifically that, and now they've just become the true definition of folk. Is folk can be of any group. So there's now American folk. There's sort of.
Yeah, but
there's French. Not the French one's not there, but I've got the Scandinavian folk on there.
World almost.
No. World isn't music.
Almost like you were like gonna qualify it, then you just world.
Because I don't mean world doesn't just mean music from around the world. It's like a specific kind of nonsense. Because there's Scandinavian folk music on the folk playlist now, so it's not
Scandi folky.
So you could argue that if you're gonna claim Negro spirituals anything, it's just Negro spirit like that. That's just African American folk music.
Yeah, it's probably true.
In which case, it just goes on the folk playlist.
Yeah.
You just. Oh, I thought I was gonna get it.
I think it's separate. I think it's its own unique genre, but that's.
Well, I mean, everything technically could be its own unique genre, but then you start having. I don't want 80 genres because sometimes.
Well, then you get into what the Zune actually does on its own. If you've ever gone to the genre section where it's like.
Does it have its own?
Oh, have you not gone to the genre section? It's like.
I'd like to point
sub pop, like power pop.
Your Zune does this because I code all of the songs that go into the Zune.
Yeah, but it's not
because
It's not. It automatically files it into various subgenres. Yes, it does.
No, I have to do that manually because I add them. You realize I get these not in best practice.
Sure,
I'm not downloading these with that information
I am aware
available, so I'm
is,
inputting all of that info. Unless it's... So I'm not sure if you're...
You're putting it into genres then.
Yes.
Huh.
But like... Well,
but see, what's weird is then you
are
have...
they genres that don't sound like they make sense to you?
Well, they're genres that are different
examples.
than the actual playlist genre. Like, for instance, you'll have something in folk, but then it'll be in the genre of, like...
Well, but here's the thing.
Else.
The playlists are... If you want to talk about vibes in music, the playlists are entirely vibe-based. Because you could argue that, like, if I'm in the mood for metal... I could probably skew into some hard rock and not feel out of place. That's why Breaking Benjamin's still on the metal playlist. Because I don't want them in the rock playlist, because the rock playlist is all sort of early 2000s pop rock, almost, you could call it. And I'm like, Breaking Benjamin I don't think is really a metal band. You'd probably call them a hard rock. Or like a... Maybe a... I don't know what you'd call them. I don't... They're not a punk rock, I wouldn't say.
No, it's not punk rock.
But they're not... metal, I agree, if anyone were to object, but I also feel like I would rather them come up in a metal playlist than in the Reliant K.
Right.
Because they're enough of a gulf. There's enough of a gulf that I'm not. So that's why the folk playlist, it's like there's weird sea shanties and old hymns.
Yeah.
Next to Scottish, bizarre folk music. So it's like they all have the same vibe, despite probably belonging in separate genres. That's why I don't want to over-genre specify. Because, again, it's vibe-based. It's what sounds good together.
Well, that's
why the pop...
In that description, I suppose Negro Spiritual would fit in the folk playlist. Because it's like, okay, I'm kind of... Or jazz. It could probably sit in the jazz.
That's what I was saying!
Playlist. Yeah, I mean, with that description in mind, I suppose I understand what you mean, in that the playlists are supposed to be more like... Does this fit with the music I'm listening to at this given moment?
Well, because again, that's why the pop playlist was the pop playlist, despite the fact that it probably held a lot of stuff that wasn't pop related. Why is this? I'm taking too long for this. I swear I'm getting the timing right. There you go. I missed it. Swipe me. That block is finicky. Well,
plain.
This is a fun game with... The metal soundtrack has yet to woo me. It's good in a very kind of like... It's very fun symphonic stuff, but I'm not sure... I will still probably go back to the Doom music instead of this.
Yeah.
But, closing thoughts on music. I was going to carry on with what I was just saying about vibe-based music into something else. Oh, the pop stuff was all probably already like very heavy EDM dance music. And that's why I basically just had to bite the bullet and put them in separate categories now.
Right.
But anyways, I think this is fun. But I'm still not sure that I would continue to play it, because I think maybe it's just that I'm a story-focused gamer.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like there's enough of a story for this. the art on this is really great. This is really cool to look at. And like the animation's fun and the music's cool. So I don't mean to be like I'm somehow down on it. I think it's more a me problem than a game problem. It's not me, it's not them, it's me. Is that it for you?
Let's just end it there. I think that's funny.
Fine. What's this gonna do to...
That's what you should end it.
What's this gonna do to OBS if I don't want to risk it, actually. I'm gonna